Late last night, family members announced that longtime Congressman Pat Williams died. He was 87. Williams spent 18 years representing Montana in Congress, first for the Western District and then the whole state. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Ambarian talked with some of the people who knew Williams about his legacy in Montana.
In the coming weeks, Montanans will be able to come here to the state capitol to remember the life of Pat Williams, a man who represented the state in the U.S. House for more consecutive terms than anyone else. Williams was a school teacher in Butte when he was elected to the Montana legislature in 1966. After 2 terms in the state house, he ran for Montana's western congressional seat in 1974, but fell short in the Democratic primary.
And I told Pat, I said, if you'll run again, I'll give you $5 out of every one of my paychecks. And we did, until he ran and he won.
After winning the Western District race in 1978, Williams went on to serve in the House until 1997. Don Judge, a longtime labor leader, said Williams was always committed to the needs of working Montanans.
He's a guy who knew how to do things, how to get things done when he was in Congress, but he never lost that touch of working families and people.
Williams was known for advocating for the Family and Medical Leave Act, for supporting conservation, and for defending the funding of the National Endowment of the Arts when it faced controversy over the content of art. Joe Lamson worked for Williams for 14 years and says he was a nuts and bolts congressman who cared deeply about serving his constituents.
It was just basically any Montanan that came in and had an issue or a problem or something. There it was, well, let's see what we can do to figure out this.
Helena Mayor Wilmot Collins experienced that service. In the early 90s, he and his family came to Montana as refugees from the Civil War in Liberia. He says when he was dealing with challenges from immigration enforcement, his host family reached out to Williams' office.
He was the persistent one. Wrote numerous letters explaining that yes, we have a place here in Montana that will welcome us. We met him and I thanked him and I told him what he had done for me and my family. Ooh, it gets a little teary.
Williams' family says he'll lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda next month. In recent years, several prominent Montana leaders lay in state here in the Capitol Rotunda, most recently former Governor Judy Martz in 2017. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Pat Williams' life of service continued long after he retired from Congress. As a former public school teacher turned statesman, he returned to Missoula to teach at the University of Montana. Among his many accomplishments in education, serving on the President's Commission for Tribal Colleges, including helping establish the Two Eagle River School on the Flathead Reservation. In 2012, he served on the Board of Regents for the Montana University System. As UM President Seth Bodner said, his impact on students is a big part of his legacy.
He was, of course, a fervent advocate for public education. He was a strong supporter of this university, both in his legislative capacity, but also as an individual. You know, he taught here. He mentored countless Grizzlies. He provided internship opportunities for students over a long number of years. And frankly, his example of service is, I think, one of the reasons why this university has been recognized now for 3 straight years as the #1 university in the country for community and national service. I attribute a good chunk of that to Pat Williams. Our hearts are broken at the loss of Pat, but his life of service, his example of commitment to others, commitment to a state he loves so much, will be an inspiration for us forever.
Memorials can be made to the Pat Williams Scholarship for Artists at the University of Montana or the Williams Family Fund at the Montana Community Foundation.